It started with silence. Every morning, Mia walked through the school halls without saying much. She kept her head down, carried her books close, and smiled only when absolutely necessary. Some called her shy. Others called her weird. But what they didn't know was that Mia had her reasons. After transferring to a new school mid-year, she was trying to avoid attention. Not because she was weak, but because she had already been through enough in her last school, and she wanted peace. But peace wasn't something bullies like Logan, Tyler, and their clique believed in. They were the self-proclaimed kings of the school. Loud, cruel, and always looking for someone to ridicule. And when Mia didn't respond to their catcalls, jokes, or mocking whispers, they grew more aggressive. Silence, to them, was a challenge. And Mia had unknowingly become their target. It all escalated on a Monday morning. Mia turned the hallway corner like always, but something was different. People were whispering. Phones were out. Laughter echoed. And then she saw it, her locker. Covered in black and red spray paint. The words were disgusting. Vile. Slurs that pierced through the heart. Words no teenage girl should ever have to read about herself. There were caricatures drawn to humiliate her, insults about her silence, and accusations that had nothing to do with who she was. She froze. Her throat tightened. For a moment, she couldn't breathe. The bullies watched from a distance, recording her reaction, expecting tears. But they didn't get tears. They got something they never imagined. Mia didn't scream. She didn't cry. She slowly stepped back, closed her eyes for a moment, took a deep breath, and walked away. Straight to the principal's office. No. Straight to the gym. Because Mia wasn't just quiet, she was focused. And what no one knew was that Mia had been training in karate since she was 7. She was a black belt. Not because she liked fighting, but because she had learned, long ago, that inner strength comes from discipline, and that real warriors don't fight unless absolutely necessary. That afternoon, Logan and Tyler caught up with her near the back stairs. They were still laughing, still throwing verbal jabs. "Did you like your new locker art, Silent Ninja?" Tyler smirked. "Maybe next time we'll add some photos." That's when Logan pushed her backpack off her shoulder. And that was the moment everything changed. In one swift motion, Mia turned, ducked, and swept Logan's legs from under him. He hit the ground with a thud, stunned. Before Tyler could even register what had happened, Mia pivoted, grabbed his wrist, and locked it in a control hold that had him wincing and frozen. Every movement was precise. Controlled. Perfectly timed. A crowd had gathered. Phones were recording. But this time, it was the bullies who were humiliated. She didn't punch them. She didn't break anything. She just reminded them, without a single scream or curse, what true power looks like. The dean came running. Teachers arrived. There was panic and confusion, but Mia stood calmly, not resisting, not afraid. Later, in the office, things got serious. Security footage was reviewed. The locker incident was exposed. Witnesses spoke up. Parents were called. What followed was even more surprising. Logan's own little sister confessed that she saw her brother plan the whole thing. More students shared that this wasn't the first time these boys targeted someone. But it was the first time they got caught. The school district launched an investigation. Logan and Tyler were suspended indefinitely. One was later transferred out. And Mia. She didn't just become the girl who took down the bullies, she became a voice for every silent student who had endured torment in silence. But she didn't do interviews. She didn't brag. Instead, she started a self-defense club at school. Not just for girls, but for anyone who felt powerless. The club grew. Mia began teaching students not just how to fight physically, but how to stand up emotionally, legally, and mentally. She taught them how to walk tall, even when others tried to break them. And those painted words. The slurs that were once meant to shame her. The school repainted her locker, white and gold. But Mia requested the locker door itself be left untouched, framed, and moved into the school hallway as a reminder. Not of pain, but of how strength rises. By the end of the school year, the girl everyone once ignored had transformed the entire culture of the school. Because when you try to break someone who has built strength in silence, you may just awaken the warrior they've kept hidden. And that, the entire school learned, was Mia's greatest power.